What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dying Light, in which we will be doing some side quests. I actually really like side quests. I'm the sort of person that can't move forward until I do all the side quests, and so I feel like this could actually become like a major issue. Ooh, that was a good one right there. That was a good one right there. It left her butt cheeks exposed, though. That's unfortunate. Nobody deserves to die with their ass cheeks exposed. That's just insult to injury. I don't know. If I die, I hope my ass cheeks aren't exposed during the, the post-death process. All the things that take place afterwards. There's a word for that. Let me grab that right there. Yep, definitely exposed butt cheeks. Unfortunate for her. Unfortunate and embarrassing for her. So we're trying to, I think we're trying to get some medication from Gazi's house so that we can help Brecken out. He has seizures, and so we need to handle that. I turned in all of the air kits that we had picked up so far. In fact, I picked up 2 or 3 more in between episodes while I was running in between objectives, because I didn't want to ruin like half the episode being just like me running around trying to get into, there's got to be a way past right here. Hold on, let me take a look at my map. We'll figure it out. So it looks like, I guess if we just keep going this way, it'll probably work out for us, I think. Oh no, that was a terrible plan. Good thing we could change directions in midair. That wouldn't have worked out so great. What is this? A toxic lichen. Let's grab a couple of those since we're already up here. The fact that those are placed there is nice. It reassures me that the developers planned for us to be up and on the rocks like that. Where is this cat? He's got to be around here somewhere. Please tell me he's not in the tunnel. Does the tunnel have an alternate end? I think it's going to have to. This might be the only way through. Let's go ahead and hustle. Although in these non-light areas, this is where all of the guys, the night crawlers or whatever they are, the nightmares, this is where they go at night. They come into these tunnels. So watch out for it. What's in here? Is this the place where I picked up the protection money? I don't think that it is. Let's have a look around real fast. We might find something useful in here. I'm not adverse to exploring a little bit and seeing if we can find anything good. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much else in here. In fact, I don't know what the point of this place is aside from to house a few worthless items, I suppose. We've got a... Alright. That's going to make a lot of noise, so let's get the hell out of here. I'm going to try and get on top of the bus before they all get here, just in case. What weapons am I still rocking? I got a little bit of baseball bat left. That's okay for me. Got a number of individuals here that look especially hungry, but we shall not feed them, no matter how much they ask or try. This is a part of the game that was actually blocked off for us. As I remember it, in the press demo, there was a barricade up on the other side of that, so you couldn't get any further in. So let's have a look. Ah, this is... No, never mind. This was here.
This doesn't concern you.
Well, you're beating up on an innocent man, so I'm inclined to say that yes, it does. Ooh, explosive. You like that, huh? You like that, huh?
What are you afraid of? It is me like a
Let's see if we can get some exploders in here. Alright, we'll go around this way. I think that might have been a bad plan. Do I have... I do have a firearm. I'm gonna go ahead and handle this OG mode. Off with his head. Are they all dead? Okay, we'll deal with this guy now. Come on. Come get some. Ooh. Did like an endo right there. You alright, bud? Stop crying, man. It's okay. You only get 3. You only get 3, bud. Here.
Thank you. Some people are worse than biters.
Well. Oh, he gave us a duelist mod. That was nice of him. That's pretty cool. That's actually going to be really, really helpful. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the cash off these bodies. This FEMA camp typically has a pretty good supply of ammo. I think we have been here. I think I'm just a little disoriented. What did he have? A garden sickle. A good-ass garden sickle, too. It's better than my purple weapons. Pick's pretty decent, too. Military shovel's no bueno, though. That's fine, though. We'll swap out some of the stuff in a second. We have a very hard lockpick in front of us. I should probably start exciting it, but I can't help it. It's just such an adorable thing. It was right there. I saw it. There it is. We got it. Without too much damage, too, as a plus. Looks like we got ourselves a berserker mod. A really, really good police baton. And then we'll continue to search just the police vans. We've got more than enough medkits, so I'm not going to search the medical vans. But I know that we were here in the press preview. I remember this over here, because this is where we got one of our really good guns from. Go ahead and grab that. tool chest over here with a few more parts. Nothing that's super useful, but things still that I'd want to throw into my inventory for later. Then we'll go handle Gazi in just a second. I know I keep saying I'm going to get stuff done. I just want to reassure you that it will get done in this episode. I'm just kind of looking around for right now. Ah, the dentist blueprint. I assume that's going to add impact, maybe? I think we had that one, too. I don't think I ever got a chance to make it, though. Continue popping these open. There's always a reason to be looking around in this game, and that's one of the reasons this game I actually find that it's probably pretty difficult to LP this game, is simply based on the fact that the game has a huge free roaming segment that it's very easy to get caught up and lost in. I don't really know quite how to conquer that and make that more manageable. I had thought about briefly making side episodes that are essentially called like free roaming number 1, free roaming number 2, where in between these I would interject them randomly in the playlist where it's just like me free roaming and doing stuff in between the episodes. But even that seems like it would be open to me adding a couple annotations and things like that to making it work, and still it would be an easy thing to overlook. I sense a jumping puzzle here. I can smell it. It's a very smelly jump. That was not what I told you to do. I mean, I appreciate you getting up here, but I mean, you've got more upper body strength than I could pull off. But at the same, you had one job, man. That was a little bit weird. Epilepsy warning, I suppose. I think we could probably, I'm just going to go up this way. And like, what's up in here? Is there any point being up in here? I know that in one of the earlier episodes we got up inside one of these places and it didn't seem like there was really any point in being up here. However, I guess it could work as an escape route, if nothing else. Do these windows break out? They do not. So why would you want to be up here would be my question. They clearly gave you access to this. Maybe if you were trying to outrun enemies at night, possibly? I don't know what to think right here. Either way, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I don't see anything else around. It might just be an access point for you to get up into other areas, but I don't know. Not going to worry about it for the time being. Let's get back to the task at hand. We got to do Gazi's place. I keep beating around the bush and not getting to it, so I figure we should probably put our nose to the grindstone and try and finish it off at the bare minimum. Nobody likes it when you don't finish, you know, so is what it is. Looks like Gazi's place is one of these little places down in here. So I wouldn't call it a shanty town because these are actually fairly large buildings. But what I will say is that we don't know whose it is.
If Mama ain't happy, nobody happy. So you better make Mama happy.
Gazi?
Me too. We have the same name. Are you from the video store?
No, my name's Crane.
Crane? Crane rhymes with train, and brain, and sane, and grain, and rain, and plane, and the other kind of plane, and...
But can I come in?
No, it's impossible, impossible. This is my special day with Mom. It's Mother's Day, and it's the most important day of the whole world. Are you from the video store?
Why do you keep asking me that?
Because you're supposed to bring my movie about me. It's called Charlie. And it's all about me, and how smart I am.
Look, Gazi, if I bring you your movie, will you let me come in?
Sure. Then you could watch with us. It is Mother's Day, and if Mama ain't happy, nobody happy. Oh, and she also wants chocolate. Mama wants chocolate.
No, wait a minute, that's too much.
Don't argue with Gazi. It doesn't work. That's what the drugstore people say.
Damn. Alright then, well we got two things we got to run down for Gazi at this point. I've always had a soft spot for the mentally infirm. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I actually can't explain it, I just do. I don't know, I feel bad for people that like have a mental handicap, and I think that's because, to me anyways, as a human being, intellectual faculties are so important. And so when I see people who are deprived of that simply by nature of just like something went wrong when they were being born, or they had minor asphyxiation when they were born, or they have a chromosome extra, or, you know, whatever the reason. I don't know. Just doesn't feel fair to me, I guess. Then again, I guess that goes back down to the age-old saying that life is not fair, because it is most assuredly not. But yeah, just a little bit about me. I always have a soft spot for mentally handicapped people. And I can't really explain it. I just feel bad for them. Not in like a condescending way. I just, you know, go out of my way to help them if I can. I don't like it when people mistreat him either. Being mentally handicapped in a situation like this would be... I mean, he survived. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, he's still here when a lot of, like, normal people are not. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people that I would like this to unlock before I get hit with a sledgehammer. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Inside. But anyways. Oh, shit.
Bitch, not now.
Oh, this is ass. Where's this video? Video. Oh, yeah, Survivor Sense. Ha!
Charlie. C for Charlie. Gotcha.
Is there anything else lootable in here, or is this place pretty much it? I mean, it's fine by me if it is. She's firing cats out of a gun. I would watch that cartoon just to find out. Just to figure out what it's on about, because you know it has to be... The subject, she's firing cats out of, like, an arm-mounted cannon. And the cat seems to be happy about it. Like, the cat is totally stoked about being a projectile. Therefore, I have to derive from this the cartoon might be entertaining. Yeah, what we can say about Gazi is even given his handicap, he survived when all of these people didn't. So, hey, maybe he's not quite as handicapped as one might think after all. Oh, shit. That was such a freebie. Are you kidding me right now? That was such a freebie. He latched onto us from so far away. Oh, man. Alright, so what we want to do right now is we need to come up with a solution to get rid of all of them. Maybe draw them off in that direction slightly. I'm going to keep throwing firecrackers out that way because we are going to go and Molotov them in just a moment. So, we can use Dentist on our crowbar. Was our crowbar any good? I mean, I don't think it adds toxic? Really? I guess they're referencing Novocaine with it, but hey, whatever. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple more Molotovs because I think we're out. We're going to need... I'll probably make 2 stacks of them, like 10. That'll be fine. I think that should hold us through till pretty... I mean, I don't use Molotovs that much. They're great for leveling up. Like, you can sit around forever just farming with Molotovs, but... Let me see if I can get these. There we go. Put that thing out there. Solve a couple problems all in one big burst. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Took care of a couple problems so that we can search the place a little bit more effectively. Didn't get all of them though, so we're going to have to continue to endeavor to be careful. As redundantly as possible as well. But hey, when it comes to personal safety, I don't mind a little bit of redundancy. There's an arm in there. I saw an arm sticking out. Don't get bit. Oh, never mind. Think she's left this world. She's no longer home. No longer available for that line of questioning. Ow. Bastard. Alright, step back real fast. I'll bait them all over here. Ooh, that one went around. Smart little prick. Alright. There we go. Hurry up and die. Ooh, there's one. How did that one get there, too? Was it in the backside of this building? Damn. Okay, so taking a little bit of damage. Let me get myself band-aided up real fast. This is why, I mean, there's so many med kits that they're not hard to come by anyways. Explosion, all bad. Okay, so because an explosion just went off, I'm going to strongly suggest that we make ourselves scarce for right now. Box of chocolates up on the shelf. Oh, wow, look at all that coffee. Did I miss that every time I came through here? Wow. That begs the question. I need to use my survivor sense a lot more. I'm messing up bad. Oh, my God. Really? Holy shit. That's so much loot. Like, each one of those worth like 50 bucks? Yeah, open the back door up. Get that thing taken care of. And let's go back and get Gazi his stuff right now. He's looking to spend the day with his mother. So, I suppose. My guess is that... Didn't they say his mom was dead already? It's kind of sad. There was a kid on my street where I grew up named Raymond who was, like, mentally handicapped. He was like 32, but he had the capacity of like a 8 or a 9-year-old, I guess. I don't know. He used to hang out with us. He could play basketball, and honestly, his hand-eye coordination wasn't bad. I mean, he hung out with us on the block. I mean, came around. I always wondered what was going to happen to him, though, because his mom was real sick. I don't remember it, but like, I don't remember what his mom had or what she was sick with, but I remember his mom was real sick. And I think my mom told me at some point that, because my mom works in the medical profession, we got to go down to right here, I think, to cross that gap. So let's turn around. We'll just follow this road down this way. But anyways, I remember my mom saying that his mom was sick and like she wasn't going to be around too much longer. And I always wondered what happens to people that can't take care of themselves who have like no family. You know, because as far as I understand, his mom was like the only person that he... Oh, shit. His mom was like the only person that... That was actually fairly simple. That went better than expected. I'll unlock this while I'm here. But yeah, like what happens to people like him here in the United States? Like if he has nobody to care for him, does it become like a ward of the state? Or like how does that work, you know? Like who looks after him? Kind of get you thinking about it. Make you feel kind of bad for the guy if he ain't got nobody to look after him. So there was another person in my hometown like that too. This kid, though, he was actually really, really mentally handicapped. He was like maybe, he had the mental capacity, maybe like a 2 or a 3-year-old. Essentially, he needed constant supervision or whatever. And I know both his parents died. So I wonder what happened to him, too. These are things like, you think about it later on in life, like what happened to these people? Like, did anybody come by and take care of them? Or did they just get like assigned to some kind of government aid worker? Or like, what happens with that? Is there any resource for people like that? We've got to fix something around here. Oh, it's the gate. There it is. Let's close this off. It seems like a little bit of a minor diatribe, but it's definitely something to think about at this juncture, considering the game is putting forward a character who is afflicted like that. Like, what happens to somebody like that in a situation like this, or in either of the situations that I talked about? Might be worth running down and finding out. Might be worth finding out whatever happened to Raymond. Is there anything to loot up in here? Nope. I don't know. Might be surprised, see if there's any way I can help with it or anything else. Things people don't think about, I guess. You kind of just put them to the back of your mind, because it's not something that's necessarily pertinent. Like, obviously you remember who the person was when you were a kid, but, man, like, does anybody remember him now that it's like 20 years later? Not 20 years, I guess. About 15 years later, I suppose. But yeah, strange things to think about. Saddening things to think about, too, if in the case like your fears are actually realized. The things that you worry about with that person. You used to hang out with him almost every single day. He was just like part of our little group. Like, we didn't see him as anybody different. He was just like, you know, he was part of our gang of little rascals or whatever when we were that age. Is what it is, I guess. Go over the fence right there and we'll drop this off with Gazi, who was right here, I suppose.
Yes?
Here's your movie and your chocolates.
Wait till Mom see this. Oh, Gazi wins again. Hooray for Gazi!
Right. Okay, then I'll just let myself in through the roof.
Okay. Let's see here. The best way up here is looking like maybe across this bit. Yeah, right there. I think that's our... This might be our inn right here. That's a hell of a jump, though, right there. Shit. I don't see anything. Oh. There's a catwalk. See if this... No, that jump's not going to work. Okay, so the catwalk. We're going to see if we can get down onto that catwalk from the overpass right there. It's going to be difficult to keep track of our locality in terms of the map because they've got those blinders right there so that you can't see over the top of them. I need to take Vault. I'm actually regretting the fact that I don't have it right now. I don't know if it's going to be easier to get up onto the overpass from this way or the other way, but I guess I'll just pick one and go since either is equally likely, given my level of knowledge. It's a junkyard over here. It's in the junkyard. Probably nothing pleasant. Red smoke. Huh. What does that mean if the Vatican's burning red smoke? The black and the white I know, but what does that mean?
Finally. I was getting worried you weren't coming.
You keep pumping red smoke in the air, you're gonna have all kinds of visitors.
Red's all I had left. Anyway, you're here, so it did the job. Give this envelope to Aziz at the bazaar. Tell him it's from Ryan.
Red phosphorus, lye, iodine, muriatic acid, diethyl ether, phenyl nitrate. Geez, not exactly Grandma's recipe for Christmas cookies.
Yeah, my chemistry's not strong enough to...
Crane, you there?
Crane, it's a man. Lena's tied up. Can I help you?
Someone just give me a grocery list with red phosphorus, lye, iodine, muriatic acid, diethyl ether, and phenyl nitrate.
Then someone just gave you a recipe for cooking slam. Rise's crews have been using it to stay up for days at a time. Volatiles are more reasonable than someone tanked up on that stuff.
Maybe I should put this guy out of business.
Actually, we're pretty desperate for phenyl nitrate. It's a lab-grade disinfectant, and we're completely out of it.
Well, you want me to pick up his shopping list?
Definitely. Then find me at the tower. I've got an idea that should throw a monkey wrench into their operation.
Okay, whatever you guys want. Essentially, the phenyl nitrate... I'm not much of a chemist. I studied chemistry a bit, and if I ever went back to college, it would be to get a degree in chemistry because I found it to be fascinating when I studied it. I actually found the sense of dread that a lot of people have towards chemistry to be somewhat unfounded. Then again, I had a really, really good teacher. What's down in there? Hold on, you see that little hole over there? How do we... I'm getting sidetracked again. I think we probably got to go around this way. Maybe? Yeah, there it is. What's in here? Obviously, if they're making you look for it, there's probably something worthwhile in there. And if it's not worthwhile, maybe it'll be worth money. I'll take either or. Alright, so we're back up at the surface. All I know is the phenyl nitrate, that means that it has phenyl chains or phenyl chains or whatever the hell. I had to use when we were doing I did an experiment back in the day in one of my chemistry classes, and we had to limit the amount of phenyl chains that were available in the result. And you had to test it afterwards with this drip dye, and if it had phenyl chains in it, it would turn bright reddish purple. And if it didn't, you knew you did the lab properly and you had to restart. A lot of people frustrated that day. A lot of people frustrated that day. I did pretty well when it came to like crystallography and stuff like that. Like I enjoyed it. Like I really sincerely did. My second choice as a career profession after geologist would 100% be chemist if I had to go back and do it all over again. Chemistry's just... It's almost like the reason I like chemistry is because it's the next best thing to magic. Like, and that's really what it is. You're not an alchemist. You are a scientist. But if you ever enjoyed anything having to do with magic and alchemy in any fantasy world, you know what I mean? It's the closest thing you can get to being an alchemist in a fantasy world. And it's creating something from nothing, just by knowledge of how the physics of the universe and how molecules interact with one another. It's a fascinating subject. Absolutely amazing that you can mix multiple things together, heat them up, dry them out, you know, suck various other fluids through them, and it'll turn out one way or another. Absolutely love that. Love that very, very much. It's a cool subject. Like, try to take it with a grain of salt. It's a difficult subject, much like math or calculus or whatever it is that you're taking. I struggle with those too, but it's an important thing in life, I think, to tell students. Like, I made it through college. You can make it through too. Believe me, I am an unmotivated just slob when it comes to getting stuff done. I procrastinate. You know, believe me, I struggled in college, but you can do it. Like, somebody, I mean, if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. So I think this is what we wanted over here. No, a little bit further down. Those catwalks down there are what I'm looking for. Can I walk on this outside part right here? Oh, if I fall off, I gotta walk so far back, though. That's just a pallet. Oh, shit. I thought I fell off right there. This is becoming... I might be taking this too seriously. Like, it might not actually be that difficult to get to his house. If so, I apologize for the rather large detour that we've taken. We've got a medium lock right there. What is this one? It's almost worth breaking into, but not right now. Not right now. We'll stay on task. Probably jump to this over here. And let's see if maybe... If we get up here... Is there any safe way for me to drop down and get to either of those catwalks? Let me check the other side real... Oh, shit. That plane scared the hell out of me. Oh my god, that scared me. That one's way too far off. I'm not even going to go after that one. There we go. I think this is more what we were shooting for. I think. Yeah, that'll do it right there. That'll do. Okay, so perfect, perfect, perfect. This was what I was hoping would be here. And so now that we got this, that's actually... I don't know, that's tough right there. That's real tough right there. I can't guarantee that, like, your average person would notice this walkway. They might bang their head against that for a while and then just try and figure it out the hard way. Sorry, I broke your roof, Gazi. My bad. I don't think he's going to be up here anyways. Hopefully they just, like, don't know where I am. Last thing I want to do is get a mentally handicapped guy killed on my accord. I feel terrible about it. A composite baseball bat. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, we're looking good right now. We're looking real good. So how do I get into his house? Is it this hatch? There it is. Gotcha. In we go. Have a look. I mean, it appears as though somebody does his laundry. Huh. I don't think I can loot anything in here, but let's go. Well, it looks like there's lootables down here, maybe. Some chemicals, yeah, sure. Some liquor in the cabinet. Anything else around? No. Did I level up? I must have leveled up. It's telling me to spend my skill points. Let's do that too, because I know somebody right now is chewing on their inner cheek because I haven't done this yet. We can make a shield mastery. Learn how to craft a shield and use it in that's pretty badass. Learn how to use electric fence traps. Lucky repair. You get better at repairs. Repairing a weapon will often not use a weapon's repair slot. Yeah. I could go for that. Haggle's pretty good. We can create grenades. Oh shit, let's make grenades. That's way on. That's super on right there. That's like on like Tron on the Autobahn, son. So let's go ahead and drop that agility up in there. What is this? Backlash. Throwing weapons or UV flashlights. Looking behind in a sprint. Helps you stop infect. Light drop seems like it might. I want Vault. Vault's the one that I've been missing, so we'll take Vault. It allows us to jump off of zombies' faces, and seriously, it's a really, really useful ability. On this side, we have to be level whatever for that. I'll probably take Throwing, I guess, since we haven't taken that yet. We'll take a look at the grenade recipes.
Gazi. Shh.
The movie is on. Mama's watching.
Alright, well,
Is Mama happy?
Mama's real happy. Gazi got her chocolates and a movie.
Then I'm gonna take some medicine to help my friend.
Well, okay. Oh, Mama stopped getting seizures when her head turned into a pumpkin. They're on the table.
Yeah, thanks, Gazi.
Gazi make everybody happy.
head turned into a pumpkin, huh? Head looks like a bucket to me. I don't know, I think we might be mixing up objects here, but I'm not going to argue with you. What did they tell us? Don't argue with Gazi. Note number 21. And tranquilizers, okay, that'll be good. That's actually a lot of them, too. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be expired in this situation, but hey, you take what you take. Let's have a look at that note, shall we? I enjoy, like, lots of the little lore things. I wish I didn't have to... There we go, 21. My journal by Gazi. Entry 1, I'm keeping a journal because the man in the movie about the smart mouse had to keep a journal. His name is Algernon, and the longer you keep the journal, the smarter you get. Right now, my smart level is 8, so I'm smarter than just about most people. But this journal will make me even more smart. Guess it could be good to be even smarter. Today, my new smart level is 9, so I'm really much smarter than just about everybody who ever lived. When I went to the pharmacy to get my mom's drugs, the drug man said I could not have any more because my mom is a pumpkin head now. So I started yell singing in my super voice. Then he said, okay, okay, and he gave me the drugs. He was not nearly smart enough to go against Gazi. Today my new smart level is 10, so I probably can't go much higher. I'm so smart now I can barely talk to people because they're so dumb. Maybe becoming super smart was a mistake. A lot of the people I see on the street are so much dumber than me that they don't seem to be saying words at all. They just make noises. If they see me, they just stand around doing nothing. When they do see me, they act stupid and get mad at me for being so much smarter than them. I used to think people were busy and really smart. Becoming 10 level smart has opened up my eyes about people and how dumb and lazy they really are. From now on, I'm going to keep away from them. I just make people angry with my super smart mind. They wish they were Gazi, but they can't be Gazi. Just me. God. Flowers for Algernon, as I recall, was one of the most depressing stories I ever read. I remember that being like my first introduction. I don't remember what grade I read that in. It was probably 7th or 8th grade, possibly. I don't remember. I remember it might have even been earlier than... Yeah, it's probably 6th, 7th, or 8th grade when I read Flowers for Algernon the first time. It's a depressing story, although if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's a good story. Don't let the subject matter... Essentially, it's the story of a... There's a guy, as I recall, named Algernon who's mentally handicapped. Maybe it was it the mouse? Was the mouse named Algernon? I don't recall. It's been a while. They either had a test mouse named Algernon or something else. But either way, they create a pill that cures the mental handicapped, like, or it handles the mental retardation. It fixes it, but like over time it stops working. And so in order to avoid a spoiler right there, I guess I kind of just spoiled anyways. Spoiler alert. Sorry guys. If you haven't read it though, I highly recommend it. I'm butchering it right now. Seriously. It's probably been, I mean, I was like probably 12 or 13 when I saw it, so going on 15 years, 15, 16 years since I read it last. It's been a while. Let's go ahead. I'm going to see if we can get back to base and drop this stuff off with Lena. In fact, I may break the episode off right here, and we'll just start back to cut the run out, make my life a little bit easier, and also make it so that you don't have to watch me do boring tasks like run across town. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dying Light. I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, I do.